within resilient systems, we're very interested in making it so that our health ecosystem can stay high functioning. And a critical part of that is ensuring that hospital systems are protected from cyber attacks. So the AI Cyber Challenge actually forms a very critical role inside of our cybersecurity portfolio, where we're looking to secure the software supply chain, especially for open source software. So what the AIxCC has the potential to do is really fundamentally improve the security of health systems, a lot of the core libraries that go into medical devices, and then also the biotech infrastructure that folks may be a little less aware of, but is really critical to protect. Without strong cybersecurity, the healthcare sector is actually facing a number of risks. So if we look at the sector as a whole, it takes on average around 491 days to patch a vulnerability that we already know about. That is way higher than the industry standard. So then that just leaves our systems open to cyber attack. And if you look at the recent ransomware attacks, they can affect the ability for hospitals to get reimbursed. They can affect the ability for patients and clinicians to access records with medication. And ultimately, they can put hospitals at risk of going bankrupt. So you expand that to the fact that about a third of our nation's hospitals in rural settings are at risk of closing anyway. And a single cyber attack actually has the potential to close down a hospital system that really is critical for a whole region in the country. What the AIxCC team has managed to do is take a very important set of work that this hacker community does and take something that's really normally very invisible and make it visible and accessible so that folks who really don't have deep expertise in the area can walk around and see how amazingly cool it is. I am very excited for DEF CON 2025 because we will be able to have our AIxCC challenge and final. And we're looking forward to pulling in more aspects related to healthcare and the unique challenges and problems in that space. Looking forward at where we want to ultimately go with the ARPA-H portfolio in cybersecurity, we're hoping that this is laying a firm foundation for many years of collaboration and R&D to move the cybersecurity of our health ecosystem forward in a revolutionary way. So long term, we want to get to the point where we are removing whole classes of vulnerabilities, where we are able to address the very unique challenges in healthcare, where a lot of the medical instruments really need to stay up and running. So we need to know that we have very high fidelity patches that can be swapped in without crashing the systems, for instance, and other types of mitigation that can be performed in real time. And then ultimately, we want to be forward-looking in securing our software supply chain in new and creative ways, where we are giving the device developers and the EHR developers the types of tools that will help them detect and mitigate any type of vulnerability before the systems even get fielded, so that we can move from this very reactionary posture where we are trying to address the very large technical debt that has been built up over a generation or two, and instead move to the point where we have confidence that our systems are far more secure when they are fielded in the first place. So in terms of a call to action, there are a number of different ways to get involved with ARPA-H. We are always interested in new program managers who can join the agency and start portfolios in the security, cybersecurity, biosecurity space. We also are building our performer base so that we have folks to do the cutting edge research and bring in the types of crazy new ideas that are going to ultimately change the way that we're thinking about security for the health ecosystem. And then ultimately, we also want to build in partnerships with a number of device manufacturers, electronic health records companies, and hospital systems, and many others throughout the health ecosystem to make it so that ultimately the technology that's created on the R&D side is having a real-world impact, and those partnerships are strong so that as innovation happens, it makes it into the real world very quickly.